Good evening, everybody. I am Kysre Gondrezick. Welcome to the podcast. Today we are touching on the um, incident between uh, uh, the tweet that Kalabrya Haskins said in response to the alleged abuse from Kevin Porter to Kysre Gondrezick. Um, I have some of our male students partners with us today um, to get their opinions on it as well. Um, in my opinion, I understand that the tweet, the post, is coming from a place of hurt and almost using of someone close to you. I can see it in the text and the behavior behind the text, the words. I can see it. Domestic abuse isn't something that can be like waved off. That changes someone like forever, and it changes the family of the people forever. Um, People can die from domestic abuse, so I can tell that this is coming from a place of hurt, as Kalaya has already lost her husband such an awful way. Um, it's I'd like to hear some of our other opinions though. Jada, you have any opinions?
Oh, my apologies. The internet kind of lagged for a little bit. I'm so sorry. Um, I will say that I agree. I will say that not that I agree, I sympathize with the sister's sentiments of, her anger, especially since she was grieving after the passing of her late husband just a year ago. It's very unfortunate. And, you're dealing with that grief and then learning that your another beloved person in your life was being abused, hurt physically. That causes a lot of damage and a lot of resentment. And on top of that, of course, there was no harsh sentencing for the man. My apologies, his name slipped my mind. Can you tell me his name one more time?
Kevin Porter Jr.
Kevin Porter Jr. My apologies. Since there was no harsh sentencing or not really any legal justice, and the case wasn't really being talked about as much, I can understand her frustration, especially with sending out that threat. Do I agree that it was do I agree with the way that she went about it? No. I don't think she should have posted it on a public forum. But at the same time, it was her anger and her posting it on a public forum that got the ball rolling for people to start discussing the subject. So it's kind of like a win, lose situation, because it also kind of damaged her reputation, but also led to the snowball of his reputation being damaged as well. So I don't know. It's very difficult, but I do sympathize for her overall.
Yes, I understand. Um, I do agree with you though. Yeah, I feel like she shouldn't have posted it the way that she did, but when you go through something that go like when you're like someone close to you, if it was like your daughter or your sister, your mother, your cousin, what do you feel other than rage about a situation like that? Really, it's awful. Um, One of our guys here, Sadiq. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong.
No, that's
What is
right.
your opinion?
Um, well, actually, I didn't even know that the sister even went through that with her. Was that her husband that passed away? Actually,
Yeah, it was her
yeah.
husband.
Okay, yeah, I didn't even know that, but I get it, like that's how she's feeling, but I just feel like it didn't help the situation. Like it didn't like it didn't help anything because like at the saying that you just went public and did all that now like you sending threats and things like that like and I feel like that didn't help anything but I understand why was saying well I do understand like where she from that's her sister so I don't know if that's her older sister but she want to like type protect her sister and she's hurt that happened to her sister I get that but just going public and sending threats and things like that it didn't help the situation it just I don't want to say it made things worse because I don't feel like nothing happened after that. But I understand what you said, like the rage she probably had of just seeing like just going through that and just seeing that like oh this happening again, something like this happening again, and it's like when is going to be a stop to it? I get that, but her going on social media and sending threats to him is just like it's not that didn't help anything. I felt like that was just I won't say immature. That was just her just being upset. I feel like in the moment, but it definitely didn't help anything in my opinion.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. I think we're all on the same page that posting the rage didn't really help much in her image. I think, yeah. But we can see how it affected her. I'd like to hear an opinion from Nico Thomas.
Okay. Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay. I agree with everything everybody's saying. It definitely I feel like she could have probably kept that to herself because I don't know, you never know. She could say that and she could have really probably hurt him or did something to him and they can the police can just always go back to that post because nothing ever, is never really deleted off of social media.
Great point, Nico.
I definitely think she should not have said that because it did like mess up her image a little bit because that I guess the remarks she was saying just I mean I understand where she's coming from because I mean who else would feel like that? It's your sister. You don't want your family member anything going through anything like that at all, especially getting beaten on. But yeah, I definitely feel that it's a real heartfelt situation with that. So that's just my take on that.
Thank you for giving us your opinion.
Yeah, no problem.
Is there anybody else?
Yeah, I feel like what Nico just said, like I feel like that was just very important because like okay, say that happened, say she actually did something. Like now they go back to that post, and I feel like her sister was already like in a way, well, she's like type hurt, traumatized, and like so say if something happened to her sister because her sister wanna go off of anger and do something wrong to that player or to that player family member, like anything, and she lose her sister. And it's like she going through that, then she lose her sister, and then it's like she already lost her father and things like that. So she don't want to. I feel like that wouldn't be the best interest of losing somebody, like even in a negative way. I feel like that would hurt the sister as well. So I feel like I understand that the rage is there. Like I totally get it. Like her sister was hurt in a situation, but I feel like you just gotta be careful and don't let your emotions or like your reaction, how you feeling at the moment, get the best out of you because you never know what can happen, and you don't want to go down for something that you would like. You had, when I say good intentions, but you just wanted to protect your sister, but it backfired on you because you made a decision, and now you like got to face the consequences for that. I feel like so it's like just be careful and like and I feel like and just let the people that can take care of it. I feel like.
Agreed.
Yes. Yeah. So it's like you made your bed and now you gotta lie in it kind of situation. Like depending on the reaction that comes from it. Cheryl, do you have any opinions?
Hi, Kellys. Yes, sometimes we don't know how we will act in a situation until it arises. So I do understand that she may have lost her dad, she may have lost her husband, and so she may have been acting out of her pain, maybe her grief. But she is actually as guilty as Kevin Porter because they did similar. She made a threat and he acted on a silent threat. So when we act out of emotions, again, sometimes we have reasons to, but we don't have any right to. Now, I don't know if Kevin Porter has a daughter or a sister, but I know for sure he has a mother. So, to be hit repeatedly about the face and causing bruises above your eye, that's probably where Calibria, why how she acted out because that was her sister. So she acted out of her pain and her grief, even though she didn't have a right to. And she had to have thought about it for a moment because she deleted it. She took it off of her Instagram. So something got to her. I just hope that she gets the counseling that she needs because she needs counseling too. And I think that Kevin Porter, with this extended suspension that he's on, he would get some kind of therapy or some kind of help that he needs. But they were both wrong, even though we have all these reasons. Again, I don't think we have the right to always act out of our emotions. We need to think before we act.
Definitely.
Right. And I completely forgot that it was deleted after some time. So most likely after like perhaps maybe even like minutes or maybe like over an hour, she more than likely calmed down and
Mm-hmm.
was like, this
Mm-hmm.
isn't the right move. Let me just, you know, kind
Yeah,
of
and it had already went viral.
right. It's a bit late to take it off, seeing as how viral it got. People have already gotten screenshots and posting it and spreading it, so it's a bit late. Um, but it seemed like after maybe however amount of time it took, she was like, okay, this isn't the move. I was angry. I am still angry, but this isn't the right thing to do. This isn't gonna fix anything, I guess. Does anybody else have any more opinions they'd like to share?
Um, I think on the Kevin Porter side, I feel like they should help him with some counseling, anger management therapy, stuff like that, to help him in the future to make better decisions for himself, so he
Right.
don't end up doing the same thing or end up in the position that he was in.
Right, right. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for coming here, sharing your opinions. Thank you for listening. It's been another great discussion. Thank you for coming to the podcast. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your night.